Kissing is one of those things humans do so often that nobody stops to ask why it exists at all. Two people lean in, touch mouths, and somehow that tiny action can mean love, trust, desire, comfort, attraction, or even just habit. From the outside, it looks strangely unnecessary. We do not need kissing to survive. We do not need it to eat, run, hunt, or build shelter. And yet, humans keep doing it everywhere, across cultures, across history, across every kind of relationship. That alone should make it feel a little suspicious. So where did it come from? That is the strange part. Kissing does not appear to be a single invention that suddenly arrived with a neat little origin story. It looks more like something humans slowly inherited, adapted, and transformed over time. Some researchers think it may have started from grooming behavior in early primates, where face-to-face contact was already part of trust and bonding. Others think it may have grown from maternal seeding behavior, where a parent would pre-chew food and transfer it directly to a child by mouth. That sounds less romantic, obviously, but evolution rarely cares about romance. It cares about what works, and then humans show up later and make it emotional. And that is where the first twist appears. Kissing may not have started as a sign of passion at all. It may have started as a way to build trust, strengthen bonds, or transfer useful information through close contact. Once mouths and faces were already part of social connection, kissing had an easy path to becoming something more complicated. Over time, what began as a practical or instinctive behavior could slowly transform into a gesture loaded with meaning. Humans are very good at taking basic survival behaviors and turning them into culture. We do it with fire, food, clothing, and apparently also with mouth contact. If you find these kinds of human behavior mysteries interesting, that is exactly the kind of thing this channel is built around. The weirdest habits are often the ones that feel the most normal once they have been around long enough. There is also another reason kissing may have survived. It tells us things, more than people realize. When humans kiss, they are not just expressing affection, they are also unconsciously gathering information. Smell, taste, breath, closeness, timing, and response all give clues about another person's health, chemistry, and emotional state. That sounds less poetic than a love story, but biology is not trying to be poetic. It is trying to survive. A kiss may feel like a purely emotional moment, but underneath that, the body is still collecting data.
That data matters because humans are not just choosing partners with their eyes. We are responding to signals we often do not consciously notice. Kissing brings people close enough for the body to pick up more than distance would normally allow. The face, the breath, the smell, the reaction, the comfort level, all of it becomes part of the interaction. So what looks like a simple romantic gesture may actually be one of the oldest and most compressed forms of biological judgment humans have ever turned into a social habit. But that still does not fully answer the question. If kissing is so tied to bonding and attraction, why does it exist in some cultures more than others? Why do some groups kiss romantically while others express closeness in completely different ways? That is where culture steps in and makes everything messier, as usual. Not every human society has treated kissing the same way. In some places, it becomes central to love and courtship. In others, it is less important, less common, or tied to very different kinds of relationships. That tells us kissing is not just biological, it is also learned. It is a behavior shaped by instinct and then edited by culture. That combination is what makes kissing so interesting. It is not purely one thing, it is not purely instinct, and it is not purely social behavior. It sits somewhere in between. The body may have provided the foundation, but human culture built the meaning on top of it. That is why a kiss can feel intimate, affectionate, awkward, romantic, ceremonial, or even completely unnecessary depending on the context. One motion, many meanings. Very efficient, very human. And maybe that's the real answer. Kissing survived because it does too many useful things at once. It builds connection, it sends signals, it creates intimacy, it helps humans read each other, it reinforces relationships. It may have started as a survival habit and turned into one of the clearest expressions of trust and desire we have. That's a pretty good upgrade for something that probably began with ancient biology doing its usual quiet work in the background. So why do humans kiss? Because somewhere deep in our history, close contact became a way to bond, to judge, to comfort, and to connect. Then culture wrapped meaning around it. Then emotion made it personal. And by the time humans noticed how strange it was, it had already become one of the most natural things in the world. That's the trick with human behavior. The weirdest things often become invisible simply because we repeat them long enough.